next one today if like the time allows me to do that. With kids slept early, I have some time, so I can give some time for this today. Okay. So as usual, I'm not sure if any one of you is like watching on Sunday night, but I'll see if what I can just continue this one and then finish it off and then start the new one today. I think because I have yellow light, this looks like more orangish, which actually is giving it a nice feel. Okay, so this is like a slow painting ritual, a little ritual that I have started. So this is for me. And if anyone wants to join along and then paint along with me, you're welcome. If you have any questions, you can always ping them in the chat. I'll be happy to answer them for you. Okay, so I wanted to add some stars over here. I'll just take my white. Okay. You can do brush also, but I don't want to make those many stars. We just want few of them, right? Not not like a lot of them, just few of them here and there. Okay. Okay. And then we're gonna do like another range here, like, yeah. And I think what we did here is now like I refined it and it's now looking good, so I really don't want to touch it. We can do foreground also, but we if you want we can just leave it like this, like it's really looking good. Like we can just ignore it and then not touch it, not do anything about it. Okay. But if you would like to do, then we can just have a very last range over there. Okay. Although I don't want to, I just want to see the possibility of doing that, so let's see. Okay. So I added another last range to the whole scene. Okay. And that was not necessary, but I just thought of trying something out. So you could have left like this, or paint something, or do like a city lights at the bottom. Anything is like fine, right? I don't want to go down. I want to keep that misty effect like that. I'm gonna just stop here and then just blend that remaining part with the white color. Okay, so not much. As I said, this was already completed. I was just doing last pieces on this one, and I have a really good plan about the next one. I want to do birch trees in an autumn setting is what I was thinking of doing. So let's see. And it really gets sometimes difficult to open this. Oh, I can't open my color box. Okay, so I'm just taking out some of my white. And we'll just, on my brush is all dry brush here, okay? And we'll just, okay. So I think this is it. And I will just blend them nicely and we can just take them off, okay? So I'm going to use my small brush. Again, this is a makeup brush. And somehow I find this makeup brush pretty good when it comes to blending. Like they are really good. That's it, right? It's just giving that misty feeling, the misty feeling here. Maybe because the sky is white and the reflection, because that's a night, early morning, night kind of a feeling. So we just want to leave it at that. And that's it. I think this one is, I want to call it done. Let's remove the tape. Ah, yeah. Okay. See? Now it's good. I think there's a small tape here left. Yeah. That's it. I think this is done. This is looking good, right? I am happy with this one. And we are ready to move on to the second one now. It has turned down pretty good. I have the second canvas here, and as I said, I'm planning to paint that autumn birch tree, right? That's what I have in my mind, and I don't know how much I'll be able to continue. But if we can't continue, we'll just pick it up later next Friday. What do you say? Okay, so Friday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday is what I'm planning to come live. Moving on, and that's where we pick up our topics, or you guys can suggest me the topics as well, and I'll try to save all these lives on my channel. That okay. So what I want to do is I want to create that mist first. So I'll create a mist. Okay. So up till this area, right? This area is what we are creating the mist. Okay. And I think we can go like a lot more white. Okay, I'm gonna put some more white now. So I've just started also trying this Liquitex acrylics. I have already tried like Camlin, and I think Camlin is the one that I have used. I've not tried Winsor and Newton. But I so when I went to the shop owner told me to try the Liquitex. So I bought some like two colors from there, and I was like, okay, let me give it a try. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Mostly I do with Camlin. Like that's has been my go-to from a long time. And I have also started exploring these ones from Itsy Bitsy. So this also is like the nice ones. Okay, so I have not put like a lot of water. I'm slightly taking water so that my brush is not drying. Okay, not too much water, not too less water. So this week we are doing acrylics, and next week I will think about doing something with watercolor or gouache. So we'll see how it pans out. Okay, I bought some lights also to do the setup, but I'm really not sure if I like switch on the lights how it's gonna look like. I've not tried it once, so I'll try it. And then maybe I can use, instead of this yellow light that is on, I can put that light. Okay, so the bottom is basically the autumn. So we have the autumn setting as in burnt sienna, oranges, yellows, that we are gonna do. I'm gonna just hold on to this bottom, and maybe I think we'll just do this. So I just feel like we have to shift it a bit more down. We should do that. Okay, sorry. So that was my color. Okay, so let me just do this more black and some white now with water, and I'm just gonna do here. Okay, so when we do orange, it's gonna pop out at the bottom. I'm gonna just blend in, take some more white, and again blend in. Okay, this is looking good, and I wanna leave that roughness. But as I told you guys, if you want to blend in, so the blender, I have blender brushes also, but I have like really liked this makeup brush, and like, see, you'll see. Okay, it blends so nicely. So like it has become my go-to blender brush, right? Because you know acrylics blending, if it dries, it is like becomes a bit rough. But then see, such a smooth blend, and that too with a makeup brush. I like it. Okay, just one drawback that like do not forget your like to wash your brush. Otherwise, like it becomes like really hard, and then you can't do anything with it. So yeah, that's one problem. And not to also dip your brushes for too long in water, is the ferrule of the brush gets damaged. So yeah, just a couple of things that you should remember. Okay, so now that is done, I'm gonna just do the branches of the tree. Okay, so we're gonna do the branches of the tree. I'm gonna take a brush, maybe like a round brush or something. Let me see. Somehow, yeah, I can see one round I found. Okay, so we'll just take a round brush. This is like I think size 4, and as I told, I'm using all the brushes from Artificial's art. Okay, so yeah, and then we're gonna do the background trees, and then we'll come to foreground. Okay, so we're doing background trees which are also like gray, but they are a bit darker than our this background. Okay, but they're still in the grayish color, a bit darker. Now the trees would be, some would be tall, some would be short, so we just have to keep varying when we are making it. Okay, This is fun. Like if you forget that, um, like I'm doing live, so if I get lost here and it just feels like talking to a friend while you're painting, it's such a nice feeling. It feels good to do this. Okay. Okay, so we are painting this. Tiny bit of water. So this is my palette. This is a makeshift palette. Made a plate. Turned into a palette. Okay, so we keep going. Now I have to give an illusion that there are like lot more trees in the background. So we're gonna just do lot of lines. They may or may not come down, come till halfway, and that's okay. So the tree starting from there, there's a pathway, and the tree starts from there. Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna make some trees here. Some a little thick, some little thin. So basically, what we are doing is not trying to make like all trees looking the same thing and with the same thickness. So we are just varying and then also pulling out some branches from the existing ones. Okay. Now, if you are not comfortable, take a bigger brush or a rigger brush to do this. That's also fine. If you don't have, don't worry, continue with the round brush. Okay, so yeah, I just taken out my rigger brush for this. So we don't have to take out branches from every tree, but you can do a little bit of mix and match, and that should be okay. Okay. Now, because we are making a birch tree forest, we also have to make sure that all the trees, right, all of these trees actually look like that we are making a birch tree forest. Okay, so we have to make those little markings that are on the tree to make it like look a bit realistic. So take like a darkest color that will show above the tree. Okay, and then just come and make some dots like this. Okay, so these are the markings on the birch tree. We're just giving an illusion that it is there. And enjoy the process, like trust the process. Your painting will go through ugly stage, that is okay. It's gonna come out of it as well. So everything is gonna be there, okay? So don't worry. Just keep trusting the process and In the end, see, it's gonna be lovely. I think it's all about enjoying what you're doing. I'm so excited about my newest launch that is happening. I can't talk about it much right now, but yeah, I'm very excited about it. I'm gonna link my new account here, the Instagram Fine Arts account, so you can just have a look and then see if you like. You can give me a follow. It would mean a lot to me. And if you're someone like me who's also transitioning, so I have my backstory on my page, but then I've left my corporate job. Like I was there for almost 17 years and then started this whole new career of being a full-time artist. So yeah, that's what is going. Okay, now we are going to do the foreground. Okay, and I'm gonna use my bigger brush and take some of my green color. Green with yellow, and then we make some sort of pastel out of it because we are also showing this fogginess that is there, right? So yeah. Okay, so we're gonna, so I've toned it down because I don't want to keep it like too bright. And we can also mix a bit of burnt sienna into it to tone down it a little more. Okay. Yeah, see, it gives that muddy kind of feeling, which actually tones down your green. Mix it with the land, and it becomes like bit natural, right? So yeah, keep doing that. A couple of places, some places I'm leaving, but we're gonna cover that because that would become the area for the, so it's like transitioning autumn that we want to do if we want to do. So now I'm taking my yellow. Okay, and we're gonna do our yellows in places. So I've not washed my brush. If there's like too much of green coming along with your yellow, then maybe change the brush or wash the brush and dry it nicely on the cloth before you actually come and start doing another. Okay, so now we are doing yellow. And for this method, right, your old brush which is like ripped off or has become hard, um, works perfectly fine. And I know that every artist has one. But if you're someone new, that's okay. I'm also using my new brush, so that's perfectly fine too. Okay, now we are gonna start adding orange to this bit, to the places where we have done yellow. We are gonna add like orange now. And as up now, it is looking like separated out, like this portion and this portion is like not mixed up. So we're gonna just cover that up. We don't want this segregation that much, right? So you can just remove that segregation. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna take my orange and we remember we were making an autumn field, right? So yeah, that's what we are doing. Okay. So there's still a lot of places where there's green, but I want to mute it down. So just continue doing what we are doing. Okay. Not everywhere. We still want that green to look from here and there. As we said, it's a transitioning autumn that we were trying to make. Okay. And at some places, I want this to be dark. So I'm going to use my red and then browns to make it a bit dark. Okay, so for my red shade I'm using my scarlet to make it a bit dark, and then we can go for any brown shade. I prefer going with burnt umber actually if I want to make it too dark. Even burnt sienna is fine. You can mix that burnt sienna with the same red. Now the trick here is that we don't also want to do red everywhere. We don't want to lose the orange. Okay, so we are moving fast. That some places the red's gonna occur and some places it's not going to be there. So yeah. Okay, and now we are gonna cover the tree, like the birch tree, and then we'll come back and try to add some white flowers to the whole valley, or yellow flowers, or like something to lift that whole foreground forward. Okay, so I'm gonna take my flat brush because I want to make birch tree. Okay, so now we are going to take our white and gray color that we had, little lighter version of what we had earlier. Okay, and we're gonna make the tree. So now I have my tree here. Let's say it comes from here, goes all the way till here. Okay, that's my tree, and we'll make it more white, don't worry. We just placing doing the placement now. I have one tree here, like one tree would be here. Okay, and I want a third tree which I want all the way from here to here. So what we are doing, we are doing the placements as of now, like we are deciding where we want the tree to be. Okay, and then we're going to detail out this tree to what we want it to look like. So as of now we were doing placement. Okay, so I want this tree to look like this, and then we have three prominent trees. Okay, now apart from three prominent trees, we need some trees which are between this layer and this layer. Like we need a third layer of the trees which is not this prominent and not in the background as well. So we need another layer of the tree which is kind of somewhere in between. Okay, not too back, not too forward, so somewhere in between. So I'm gonna just draw some trees like this, and we're gonna work them up. Okay, we're gonna just, so again as I said, I'm doing placement for those trees as well, but then we're gonna just put a lot of details on these trees as well, so they second layer, this is third layer, like, so we are trying to make layers and layers of trees here. Okay, okay, let's keep going. So Okay, so I think that's it. Okay, so now I want to detail the trees. So at this point, I'm gonna do like detailing of one layer of the tree, and like one tree from this layer and one tree from this layer. And then the rest of that will be continuing in another session. Okay. Okay. So I'm taking a teensy bit of black, going on the edges. Okay, and then now for the other one as well, here also I'm just gonna put some darkness here. And I know that like you must be thinking the painting is at a very ugly stage, but believe me and please trust me, it's gonna just start looking good as we continue to work on this one. It's gonna improve. Okay, layer by layer. Hmm. Okay, so we have our darkest side here, this side, shadow side, and then we have the tree. Okay, so I'm gonna just take a bit of green mixed with my black, and we're gonna just do some root, right? If you want to make, you can also add some of the orange so that it blends in. Okay, nicely. Yeah, and then now we are making those patterns that we have. Okay, on the birch. Okay, so then you will start seeing that one side has shadow, one side has light, and your tree starts appearing slowly. See, I told you, trust the process. Okay, so now this side also we're gonna do the same thing. It's all about layering. Okay, it's all about layering. Okay, so now I'm gonna sharpen this, blend it nicely so that one side is all shadowy. If you think that's not very thick, you want some thick shadow, then go ahead and do that, no problem. Okay, so that's like a curvy tree that we have. Okay, and I don't have a branch on that tree. I've intentionally not made any branch here anywhere on these trees, and everything starts from this side. So that's the shadow side, right? So we all the everything that we are making from that side. So I'm just adding this, and then once this is dry, we're gonna add like orange on top of that. Okay, this is fun. I'm just giving a hint of some reflection. Okay, not lot, but some reflection. That's it. and the white is getting lost, so I'm gonna add more white this side. Okay, now this is looks good. Okay, and we have more white here as well. Yeah, so I'm gonna redo those patterns here now. Okay. Okay, and I will have something from here as well. The sides. Yeah, so that's another tree, and we're gonna do the third one now because we're already doing these trees, so I thought we'll just complete this. Let's give you an idea, and then maybe like you can continue and make more of this. So if you're not able to understand, I would suggest you to like step away, look at your painting from above. That's gonna give you like a pretty good feel of how it's going, and it also tells you that if you want to add anything to the whole mixture. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just take out some tiny branches. So from the areas which is like dark, okay, on both the sides. Yeah, and I'm gonna do that from here as well. So okay, and then the last one. Okay, see how beautiful this started looking. As soon as you added the trees, those trees have started to look like they have come in the foreground, right? So yeah, it's good. And I wanted actually more white than it is, but then I also want the layer to dry a bit. So let's see. I'm just adding more brightness to this side. Okay, let me see. Oh yeah, you can make it look more yellowish maybe, right? Yeah, yeah. Blend it using my fingers. This has come out very nice. Okay, so this I can see this like light going, right? So this doesn't need like lot of intervention here. This is good. Okay, so we have to do the same thing that we did on the foreground trees to this background trees that we created that are in the another layer, but I'm running out of time. I don't have much time now left to continue the live, and my mobile battery is also drying. So we will continue this in the next session, guys. Okay, and I'll upload this as part one, and then I'll once we complete this, I'll upload this as a part two. We have a lot more to do here. So what we're doing is we'll like adding some flowers, right? Some broken leaves here, like all the leaves have fallen down, right? And then the middle layer that we have, the one that sits uh between the back layer and the front layer, And just so that you guys understand, I'm gonna just make like one side darker for them to understand this is the trees that I'm referring to. Okay, these are the trees that we were going to make like third layer, the middle layer, right? So that's the tree that we are talking about, and it's gonna sit nice here. Okay, yeah, okay. So we'll continue this one later, guys, and I'll see you in next week's live session, and we'll try to finish this off. Okay, yeah. I have to stop. I have told myself strictly not to close the 30-minute mark because I started the live a bit late today. I have extended a bit because everyone is like sleeping at my home now, so it's quiet and I can still like do it. Anyway, so I'm gonna meet you guys next time where we're gonna finish the foreground and we'll do all the detailing that are left here. Okay, so I'll see you next time. Till then, bye bye. Good night, guys, and good day if you're in different parts of the country. So I'll see you next time. I hope you guys are enjoying the live sessions, and if you have a topic request in mind, do let me know and I'll try to incorporate. Bye bye.